Well, I grew up in a half Jehovah's Witness home.
Okay.
Like, my mom was a Jehovah's Witness, became a Jehovah's Witness when I was little, and my dad was just a controlling and abusive asshole. So she was a Jehovah's Witness. They were our support network. She's really, they still are her support network. I grew up, moved out, discovered the world they've been hiding from me, and got disfellowshipped.
Okay.
Can you explain what that means for people that might not know? Could you explain what that means for people?
Like excommunicated. She can't talk to me unless it's official family business. Like if somebody dies or if she's dying, she can let me know. But other than that, she doesn't talk to me.
Certainly.
She delayed the shunning right after I got this fellowship because I got in a bad car accident, and she felt like she needed to, be there for me. There were other times in the past where she kind of bucked against the system. Like, she stayed with my father because their whole Rita, they're literal fundamentalist Christians. They believe, there is no divorce unless there's adultery. So she stayed with him, and when I was a junior in high school, he cut the brakes on the car thinking she was going to take it to work, and I did. And that was the last straw. And she said, no, it doesn't matter.
Hold on a second.
I'm out.
Are you saying that...
I'm sorry.
What did you mean when you said they cut the brakes on the car?
I think she's saying that
my dad
sabotaged the
my
car.
mom was taking the car to work, so he cut the brakes on it thinking she was going to be in it and get in an accident. And I took the car to school that day because there was something wrong with my car. And that was the last straw. She left him. So she's, shown some backbone in the past, I guess is my point.
Okay. So what is your question today then, Rita?
I guess my question is, she's so deep in at this point, and about 8 years ago, the shunning has gotten worse. She really doesn't talk to me anymore. She moved a few months ago. I don't even know where she's at now.
Okay.
So I don't get very many chances to talk to her. When I do, should I even try and change her beliefs? Because, if I create a vacuum, what fills it? And if I do, how can I do it in a non-confrontational way that she won't take as an attack against her?
Well, this is your call, Anthony.
Well, yeah, I'm really glad that you called. Have you heard about street epistemology yet?
I just started checking you guys out maybe a couple of weeks ago. I joined the Facebook group, and
excellent. Yeah, there's a Facebook group for people that want to learn street epistemology.
I just want to be clear. When you say you joined the Facebook group, are you talking about street epistemology, or are you talking about this show?
Yes, I joined the street epistemology.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, I feel for your situation for sure. And if I understand right, your mother is still in this belief, and you want to help her.
Yes.
Okay.
But at the same time, I feel like I question, am I helping her? Because if I take away these beliefs she has, this is her support system. These are her friends. These are her only friends at this point.
Yeah, and this is a big part of her identity too, I would imagine. So
right.
You're asking very difficult questions, and I don't think that there's an easy answer. So, getting involved in the street epistemology group is great, but perhaps even better might be there are XJW groups. I hope you're a part of one of those. And I know that Recovering from Religion has, if I'm not mistaken, they have a support group forum specifically for XJWs. I hope that's the case. If not, Dr. Ray, I'm very sorry, but I'm pretty sure that they do. And I'm certain that there are XJW Facebook groups that are out there. So I think if you're not already, aligning yourself with some of those communities to meet with people who have already gone through what you're going through, I think would be good. I'm sorry?
I said I've read some forums and things, but I've never joined any groups.
You can, some of the best suggestions, I think, for how to proceed could probably come from the people who have already gone through what you're going through. Or
I have to, yeah, I would agree with that. I definitely agree. I think if there are people who have, like he's saying, if they've addressed it in a way that it didn't work, they might be able to tell you, here's what I did that just blew up in my face, or here's what I did that went really well.
Right. Because she's not supposed to talk to me because I'm disfellowshipped, but if I make it blatant and obvious that I'm challenging her beliefs, then I get labeled as an apostate, which is like a step worse.
So my advice in these situations, Rita, is you don't have to always use SE. You can learn it and you can teach it. So one thing that I like to do in these delicate situations is try to teach the people in your life how to question beliefs. And it doesn't have to be about whether Jehovah is God. You can teach your mother how to use these questioning techniques for any claim that she runs into. Some of the easier stuff, like one of my favorite examples is you always hear about how red cars get more speeding tickets than any other color car. Well, is that really true? Listen for when your mother makes some sort of claim or somebody else nearby makes a claim, and then you can start questioning that with the idea of teaching your mother how to use these tools so that she can question those things herself, and then ultimately start questioning this big one, the big God belief. And I wrote a blog post about this.
So there's not like one question that... See, the problem is if I do get a chance to talk to her, it will be somebody died and we're going to a funeral, or, there'll be an accident and it won't.
I follow. You have limited interactions with your mom at this point.
Right.
What if you asked your mother if she'd be willing to talk to you about the things that keep you from being a JW, about your own personal concerns and doubts?
She would tell me that she can't do that. She would have an elder call on me from the congregation.
I see. So she'd outsource it. Okay.
Right, because they don't want her questioning her beliefs.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Boy, it's tough. If they're building a wall between you two, then it really severely limits your ability to help.
Well, the other thing is, can you live with the possibility that this conversation may never happen and that you may remain estranged from your mother?
I think I kind of have to live with that at this point.
That might be the case.
I feel like I should do something before it's too late, she's getting up there. She's like 67 now. I can't really wait 20 years to do this,
Yeah, I think here's the thing that I don't know how it's going to affect you, but a lot of people feel better when they consider that the onus to maintain a relationship when it comes to parents and children should be on the parents, not the children. When you produce another person and you take responsibility for that, and then you basically tell that other person, now you're responsible for maintaining and initiating and keeping up this relationship, I see that as grossly unfair. I think that if a parent can't hold up their side of that relationship, the child should at the very least not feel guilty about the lack of a relationship. It's one thing if a child wants to pursue it, that's completely up to them. But I've seen too many people who struggle to maintain a relationship with a parent who is either continually somehow mentally abusive to that person, or that they simply do not show a lot of interest in that person or their life or their family or what's going on with them. And these people, like I say, it's one thing to maintain the relationship. It's another thing to feel bad about it. Like what you're expressing, this idea that, well, what if, you don't want to wait till it's too late. If it doesn't happen before your mother should, pass away, then the reality is that was on her.
If I could just add one thing too.
That's true.
If I could just add one thing too, Rita, you might want to ask yourself if your mother's best intentions are in mind here, and if it would cause her stress to be engaging with her and trying to reach out to her and trying to change her or whatever. If that causes more harm, then maybe that's not the path that you want to go. So I would just...
And I guess that was my question in the first place. Should I ruin her belief system without... I don't know. I just feel
well,
bad.
I mean, her belief system is at odds with a
her
relationship with
belief.
you, which makes it tough because you've got these competing interests.
Right.
You would like to have a relationship with your mother, and then at the same time, you don't want to do damage to her current beliefs, but they can't coexist. So you're looking for a way to eliminate the competing interest, and I understand that. It's certainly one route a person can go, but then you have to ask yourself, how realistic is this and how much time and resource do I want to put into this without knowing that this could actually ultimately be successful? It's a big investment.
This is tough because these are barriers that your mom is erecting, and she's erecting them because of the belief that she holds.
Sure.
And you know, she has a right to believe in whatever she wants. She's making this choice, and you're just along for the ride. And I could definitely empathize with how frustrating that must be to just be, you know, watching her drive towards this cliff that you think is there. And you know, this is her life.
And not even really knowing how fast she's going towards it. You know, I mean, like I have no idea what the Jehovah's Witnesses are teaching nowadays. I have no clue what they're...
Yeah, I don't think I could offer much more other than really check out the groups that are out there. Look for the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses groups.
I think that's the best advice we can give you, Rita.
Okay. Well, thank you for
I wish we had a magic bullet.
I wish we could offer you more than that, but yeah, I think that's going to be your best bet.
Again.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's tough.
It is tough.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.